My spirit. Hi, everybody. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. Oh, goodness. Hold on. Excuse you. Excuse you. I was not expecting that to take me to the YouTube. Oops. I said it was gonna take me some time. I don't know why you guys always think I'm not gonna stream. I would let you know if I'm not gonna stream. I told you I get off at 10 my time, then I go home and then I shower. And then I will be on. And I like to take my time in the shower because it's a long day at work and hot water feels amazing. Alright. You can ask. You can ask what my time is. Because I try to say it all the time. When I tell you guys I'm gonna stream, I will tell you what my time is right then as well. Hey, Jai! Sorry. Oh, actually I have headphones in. I was about to like mute Discord, but I forgot that I actually have my headphones in, so that's not gonna be a good idea. I was gonna listen to some music while I did this, but I'm not actually playing games, I'm just doing the story, and the music's gonna distract me from reading if I try to do that. So there we go. Okay. You got Black Rose? That's a barmaid skin, right? Have it locked on. So now I have Scarlet. You can buy it though. Colin, am I the only one who takes cold showers? Probably. I think and Colin are in the same time zone. Probably dark. Right now it's 10:57 p.m. for me. If that helps. I don't know what time zone you are. Yep, same. Alright. I knew I wasn't gonna stream until like close to 11. You almost got fired by Two Bros? Why? What did he get mad at? Why is he mad? Gemma, no one asked for your opinion. Thank you. I have to get him later. What if I put him on my wish list? Oh Jesus, I have a lot. We'll get rid of you. We'll put you there. Yeah, there we go. Who got something? Look at that. Look at that. I keep going there. Who is messaging me? Who is... Oh. Is the fireworks thing a thing right now? I thought that wasn't until later. Oh! Oh, I'm so excited. I love the fireworks stuff. I am almost at 1,000 days. Where does it say that? Where? Oh, it's right there. Oh yeah, look at that. I just need one more day. And then I get, well, whatever all that is. And then what? It's like, log in for more than 1,000 days? Stay tuned? That's fine. I get all of this, whatever this is. Okay. Oh, the inspiration's gonna be nice, though. Yeah, I log in like every day, even just to spin dices usually. Hey, Mevox. Did you message before and I just didn't see you? No, because your name turns blue. Actually, let's switch this because I already know. We're gonna switch that. 400. I'm almost at 500 subscribers, guys. I'm at 494. I just need 6 more. 6 more people. Why y'all not liking my videos? That's mean. How could you not like my video? Do you guys not like my video? Am I not good enough? The sadness. I like that video. It says 0 people liked it. It says 0. Oh, now it says 1. 1 person. Only 1 person loves me. 2 people love me. Yay. Okay. I'll like my own video because now I'm number 3. Because number 3 is my favorite number, along with 13. All 4 people. Yay. This video right now. Okay. What is this? Is this okay? Past or future, let them be. Did it just freeze? Oh no. It just looked like it froze. Yeah. Okay, well, I would definitely get that. Do I have to share? Win 3 matches? Why? Thank you, Cherry. Thank you. Complete 10 matches, reach 300% survivor decoding process, or eliminate 6, almost like 6 hunters. Eliminate 6 hunters. Eliminate 6 survivors as a hunter. That would probably be a lot easier. But I don't know. I'm a good mind's eye. So. When I could spend more money here in game. Alright, let's get started because I do have to wake up early for work tomorrow. Is this the last chapter? Or is there going to be more? Eliminate 6 hunters? Yes, I'm going to play as Enchantress and we're going to eliminate all these hunters. More ha ha ha. Bro, same. I think back to school a lot. I'm just like, the good old times. Or at least the somewhat good old times. Some stuff I could live without for school. It was just, I miss my friends. I miss the people I used to talk to. I went from like having like 20 friends or 10 friends. Actually, I don't remember how many friends I had. I want to say it was like 15 at least, maybe. I just knew a lot of people. But I wouldn't really consider them like my friend. But I do have friends. And now I only have like, out of the people in my high school, I only talked to one of them. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I only talk to one of them now. And then all of my other friends are online friends. I miss the days I don't have to worry about life-changing commitments and debt. I miss college more so than K through 12. I didn't go to college. I didn't go. It's too much work. Too much money. I don't want to be in debt. Life is already killing me. Why would I want to die in college? Or why would I want to suffer more in college? Oh. Don't ask me how I know this. I'm gonna ask you how you know this. Stalker. No, I'm kidding. Alright. Shall we get into it? I'm so excited. This is like the final chapter. I had a feeling it was going to be the final chapter, but I thought maybe like there would be something more. July 31st. Lies. It is the 20th. Clear skies. That's not even funny anymore. I did that literally every single time. Fate is like a torn canvas of an oil painting. Through the tears, a silent cemetery, dotted with countless candles, can be seen, their flickering flames dancing among the tombstones. The beauty of this image calls to mind the island of Bellastain against the backdrop of a crimson sunset, a tender beauty akin to a woman rocking an infant's cradle. Following the conclusion of Datura's trial, this year's guests were forced to leave the island ahead of schedule. And by the end of that fateful day, Two Rose was thrown in shackles and left to rot in prison. Damn. Rosemary paid him a single visit in his jail cell before going missing. Suspicious. Where did you go, girl? After the trial, Sway tried to retrieve her diary, but as it had been accepted as crucial evidence in the case, her request was denied by the presiding judge. As an alternative, the judge offered to mail it to Sway after the case was fully closed, but she refused, stating that she did not wish to reveal her home address. I mean, I wouldn't either. Datura returned to her small, dark home. Aside from the lack of jailers watching her at all times, it differed little from the prison cell she had been kept over the last few weeks. The islanders took a popular vote amongst themselves and determined that she was no longer the successor to the island. What? Why do they hate her so much? What, like, did Oracle literally just, like, get to their minds like that and they just, like, all started hating her? What is with that? Jose, who had maintained his involvement in the investigation a secret in order to avoid complications, finally decided to reveal himself in the matter. In the days since, he has devoted himself to investigating Rosemary's history and her movements. Still no news on Miss Rosemary's whereabouts? Silently shaking his head, did you two happen to take a look at the lighthouse behind her home? We are now. It's one of Rosemary's means of communication. When the sun begins to rise over Bellastain, so too do the rays of the lighthouse cut through the morning fog. It is precisely at this time that outsiders are able to reach the island via a hidden dock. The residents of Bellastain have been none the wiser about their presence. I have arrested a handful of them, and their appearances strike me as somewhat familiar. I'll need to go back and question them thoroughly. As for the Oracle Rosemary, I believe she has long since escaped. Interesting. I've been thinking about something these last few days, namely Turo's motivations for acting against Sway and Datura. The court has already confirmed that the secret within the diary is about Rosemary's plant specimens. Could his motivations be tied to her specimens? Of course! He probably wants the Lady Bella. He is the one that got the Lady Bella and gave it to DM, and DM gave it to did I say Lady Bella? Belladonna. He got the Belladonna flowers, not the Lady Bella. He got the Belladonna flowers, gave them to DM, DM gave them to Lady Bella, and Lady Bella overdosed over them. That was very quick, I know. That's what it is! Ah! Wait, I just remembered something. It's in my notes from the day we went to visit Lady Datura in her prison cell. Now you want to say that? Obtained a crucial piece of evidence, a dead bee, one that was kept inside of the music box from the crime scene. The flower petals on the ground belong to the victim, and the honey-like fluid stuck to them is connected to the victim's death. The victim's diary is also crucial to the case, as it contains a secret regarding the island of Bellastain, one that is known only to the victim and the Oracle. A third person is aware of the diary's existence, but does not know the truth of the secret itself. Do we know who that third person is? Because we know Oracle knew it and Datura knew it. Are they counting Sway as like the third person? Good looking skins. Sorry, I'm reading your guys' stuff. According to Lady Datura, a third person knows of the diary's existence but doesn't know the secret behind the creation of Rosemary's plant specimens. The third person is most likely Two Bros. Oh, okay, duh. If this third person is in fact Two Bros, then his goal for seeking the diary would be to obtain Rosemary's secret formula for creating her plant specimens. But if that's the case, why would Datura know this? That day in her prison cell, Lady Datura answered any questions we had about the diary without hesitation. I believe she was certain that Miss Rosemary was unaware of the diary at the time. That, or she was certain that Two Bros would never reveal the diary's existence to Rosemary. This is becoming more and more interesting, but the only one who can answer this question for us is someone involved in the case. So would it be Datura? Ignoring Jose, who is more preoccupied with missing the ship back to the mainland, we race off to Datura's residence. We find Datura sitting alone at the edge of the table, and not a single candle has been lit. Just as Truth is about to speak, Datura raises her head towards her, smiling faintly before speaking out first. I knew you would come looking for me. Who do you wish to question me about, Two Bros or Sway? What do you mean, Melly? Do we get to ask about both? I'm assuming we get to answer. We get to ask about both. So I'm going to start with Sway. Sway came to visit me once after the trial. As for her current whereabouts, I cannot say I know. You only pick one? Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Oh, well, I think I was going to pick Sway anyways. No, why can't we learn more about Two Bros? You knew that Two Bros never told Miss Rosemary about the diary's existence, didn't you? Why did you know so much about Two Bros? Oh, if not, I'm going to have to ask Cass to do Two Bros for me and have her record it. Or at least stream it. Oh, shoot. Okay, well, I'm gonna get that set up. That way I might need a favor. Maybe. There. That way, just in case, we're about to find out. You knew that Two Bros never told Miss Rosemary about the diary's existence, didn't you? Why did you know so much about Mr. Two Bros? Could it be that you truly conspired with him to poison Miss Sway? No, it couldn't be. After all, Miss Sway was trying to help you all along. This Miss Sway. Does either of you truly know who she is? Has either of you seen her real face? Truth, unable to provide a definite answer, remains silent. The reason she stayed behind, was it really to help me? Or was she simply taking advantage of my plight so that she could live rent-free in my home while she investigated Bellastain? So you told Mr. Two Bros about Miss Sway and her whereabouts? Two Bros figured it out for himself. As a matter of fact, it was in March of this year when he found a pair of footprints leading from Rosemary's residence all the way to my own. What was Mr. Two Bros' reason for harming Miss Sway? Do you honestly think a deceitful man like him would truly be loyal to Rosemary? Their relationship is very much like that of Sway and myself, one built on mutual exploitation. I couldn't allow Sway to leave Bellastain, whereas Two Bros... Datura's mouth twists into a scornful smile, whereas Sway just so happened to have the one thing that Two Bros desperately wanted. Then it definitely was something to do with Rosemary's plant specimen research. The plant specimen I showed him was created by Sway, and it was exactly like the ones that Rosemary gave to the island's visitors every year. It was proof enough to show that Sway had acquired Rosemary's secret formula for creating plant specimens. He gave me the music box and told me that it contained bees from a distant island in Asia. That evening, just as I was pouring Sway a bowl of fish stew, Any form of assistance comes at a price unless you're able to wholeheartedly trust the person helping you. Choosing Mr. Tuberose was the worst possible decision you could have made. And do you think placing my trust in Sway would have been the right choice? See, I knew she was crazy. That smile, that's just not right. Ever since I saw that, I was like, that's a little suspicious. Suddenly, the door bursts open with a violent resounding crash. Jose has finally arrived. After giving him a brief explanation of what has happened, Jose stands in quiet contemplation for a few moments before ultimately deciding to take Datura back for further questioning. As Jose leads her away, Datura turns back to look at Truth and gives her a strange and indescribable smile. I love you. I love you, Millie. I love crazy people. To an extent. I like the psychotic characters that don't really they're crazy, but they still help, and they're still like I love Yumiko from Kakeregurui, like how she gets off on the gambling and stuff. Like, I don't know, but I don't like creepy, weird, crazy. As we hurry back to the harbor, we find the last remaining visitors standing in a queue, waiting to board the ship. Truth looks all around her, searching for Sway. Darn, if I had known that, Mivox, I probably would have asked you to record. But I don't think Cass has done it. I gotta ask her. Hopefully you didn't do the story yet. If you haven't, I'm hoping you can record it or stream and pick 2 rows for me, please, and thank you. Oh, this is gonna bother me. I hate when they make us pick stuff like that, and then we can't go back and check out the other one, unless we can. I don't think we can, but it's gonna. Maybe she had already boarded the ship. Margaretha Hardy, here is my return ticket. Margaretha? Finally, there you are, Miss Sway, or should I call you Margaretha Hardy? Is that your real name? Interesting. Sway's expression is somewhat hesitant, and she only turns to say hello to Truth after she put her paperwork away. Sorry, I was busy packing and getting my affairs in order these last few days. What's your room number? Without waiting for a response, she takes Truth's ticket out of her hand and quickly peers at it. What a shame we're not on the same deck. Throughout Datura's case, Sway truly did serve as our Deus Ex Machina, helping us when we needed it most. It seems that at some point, Truth starts to see her as a partner in our investigation, yet the way she turns her back to us feels oddly cold. Is Miss Sway acting so coldly because of what happened with Lady Datura? That makes more sense. So technically Datura did betray Sway, and that's why she said that she betrayed Sway in the last chapter. Because she... Yeah, oh my god. She did betray Sway. Because she did help with the bee stings, and that's why she mentioned that. But of course, when she mentions it, and we don't know until now, it's confusing. I'm gonna have to read what she said, Mivox, a bit later, probably after I finish this. That may not necessarily be the case. Remember the dye that Tubro smeared on the painting at the crime scene? He said that it could cause hallucinations, so Datura wasn't certain if she was really the one who opened the box and released the bees. The only thing she explained was the plan that she and Tubros had come up with together. I totally said that like, it just felt weird, you know, that Dahlia was the one that was really close, and then all of a sudden Tubros comes in and is like Rosemary's right-hand man kind of thing. It just felt really weird. And I knew, like, I was like, I mean, it wasn't like exactly the same, but I did say, like, I just feel like Jack is just trying to get close to Rosemary, but he doesn't actually care about her. Regardless of whether or not she released the bee, she was guilty the moment she placed that tainted flower in Miss Way's hair. As for Mr. Tubros, I still have plenty of doubts about him. For example, his footprints at the crime scene. Did he leave them there on purpose so that he could confess to being the attacker during the trial? Most likely. If you're gonna do something like that, like, he seems like a really smart man. I doubt he would have left his footprints there willy-nilly like that. He definitely, like, he would have cleaned it up if he really truly wanted to hide that fact. Why keep your footprints there? Especially if you know it's a rainy day and you're not going to take your shoes off when you go inside and you're going to leave like muddy footprints everywhere. If so, it seems he was preparing to obtain one of two things from the very beginning, either the diary or Rosemary's complete trust. Could be both. Since his first plan failed, did he sacrifice himself in order to carry out his second plan? And when did he arrive on Bellowstone to begin with? Did he also come to the island as one of last year's visitors like Miss Sway? Could be. Has his objective always been to acquire Rosemary's secret for creating plant specimens? I ponder over Truth's questions as I board the ship. As we finally take our leave from the island of Bellowstone, the waves behind us look like musical notes dancing across the water surface. Just when I decide to ask Jose for more information, I see an islander running and shouting over from the shoreline. It is faint, but I am able to make out what he is saying. Tubros is gone. Of course he is. Of course he is. He ain't gonna be stuck there. He ain't gonna be trapped. He wasn't gonna stay there. The Shrouded Bellowstone storyline has now concluded. You may claim your rewards after exiting this page. You may also choose whether or not to continue progressing through the rest of the storyline, which might be a little bit challenging. Not progressing through the rest of the storyline will not affect your rewards. Half a year later, as the events of Bellowstone finally begin to fade into memories, an anonymous letter throws the islanders back into sharp relief. Oh, Jesus. My dearest friends, by the time this letter reaches you, the famous fog which regularly enshrouds your town should soon give way to winter's snowy blessings. I, on the other hand, shall be wishing you the best of luck on your investigations from more tropical climes where the sun shines above and the waves lap at my feet. That day at the harbor, I happened to overhear you two recalling the events of that spectacular incident. While your retelling of the story was interesting enough, the ending you had given it felt a bit rushed. Merciful as I am, I cannot bear the thought of leaving you fumbling in the dark for the rest of your lives. And so, without further ado, I present to you the answers to your dialogue from that fateful day. Yes, yes, and yes. Oh, okay, interesting. In the end, all I did was harvest nutrients from the darkest corners of mankind's psyche and spread them all over the barren island of Belostane. Lo and behold, a veritable sea of evil, wicked flowers began to bloom. Alas, if only these fools never gave in to their selfish desires, then perhaps the gates of hell would not have been thrown open for them. I wish you the happiest of holidays and look forward to our next encounter. Sincerely yours. Nothing. Unless you're like supposed to spray it with something. Clearly this was sent by two bros. Assuming that he managed to earn Rosemary's full confidence, it is very likely that she has told him the secret behind her plant specimens. What exactly is the relationship between those two? Yesterday, while you were away, Officer Jose came by with some disturbing news. The people he arrested on Belostane, the ones who had snuck onto the island through the hidden dock behind Miss Rosemary's home, he ran background checks on all of them, and they were all hired by DM, of course. Of course. I wouldn't be surprised if Sway was also hired by DM. But it was kind of like a look like the good guy kind of thing. I puff on my pipe for a moment and wait until the smoke has completely dissipated before replying slowly. DM again. No wonder. He also brought news of Miss Sway. The judge did, in fact, mail her diary to a young woman by the name of Margaretha Hardy, the same name that Miss Sway used when she was boarding the ship that day. Jose looked into the name and found that she was a 20-year-old teacher who hadn't left her town of residence in over a year. It seems there are just as many mysteries surrounding Miss Sway as there are around Mr. Two Bros. Well, of course. I mean, she seemed completely like, don't want you to know who I am kind of thing. Just as I'm thinking of how best to console Truth, she suddenly raises her head. Beneath her golden locks, her crafty eyes train themselves on the investigation record sitting on the table, much like our first day on Belostane. I immediately understood what she wants to ask, so I turn a blind eye to it. I'm really sorry, but yesterday when Officer Jose accidentally... I saw Mr. Blue Thistle. Excuse, huh? Interesting. Didn't hear what Lady Truth is saying. Are you Mr. Blue Thistle? Oh, okay. Okay, so he did want this flower. This is the one... Yeah. Anesthetic. Steve's the Toro, the one successor. What was the promise? Two Bros' reason for not exposing Sway. Carrying out a separate plan. Diary and promise. Reason for working with the Turo. Yeah, I had a feeling that's what Rosemary was doing. I even said that at the beginning, like, with the whole thing about her flowers. I was like, she must be, like, using those flowers to create a drug to, like, brainwash the islanders. And that's why she was, like, the Oracle, and that's why everybody loved her, kind of thing. Oh, lords. Okay. Tap to switch and select your deductions. Sway was hiding in Daturo's home, but the one successor to the island was under house arrest and posed no threat to him. Sway's presence posed a threat to the island, which Two Rose could use to create turmoil and earn Rosemary's trust. Two Rose, knowing that Sway was also a visitor from the previous year, had to eliminate her to keep his true identity a secret, because Daturo didn't wish for Sway to return with outside reinforcements, and because Two Rose needed Sway's diary to obtain Rosemary's plant specimen formula, the two agreed to work with one another. Obtaining the diary from Datura was only part of Two Rose's plan. He also sought to earn Rosemary's trust by eliminating Datura. Fearing Daturo's cunning intellect, I can't read. Cunning intellect, Two Rose needed to carry out some plans of his own to control the situation as a whole. Oh. Gotcha. Yeah, I figured that out. I was so confused at first, but I got it. Thank you. What was Two Rose's underlying reason for not immediately exposing Sway? Oh, what was Two Rose's objective on the island of Bellowstone? Oh, that's so cool. Place the conclusions in the correct order according to the timeline. Is this gonna tell me if I got it wrong or not? Do these tell me anything? No. Haha! I am so good at this! Ah, okay, so it will tell me. Bruh. Fine. I'm just gonna do this because I really don't want to read it all. No. Fine. I knew it was gonna be dishwasher. Gosh darn it. Get in there. See, the 1231 and the 728 is throwing me off. Oh, hi. Hi, bro. It was June. Oh, it was June when I first laid eyes on the island of Bellowstone. Its beauty far greater than any painting done by human hands. I had come at DM's behest, in order to and I can't, the way I try to say words, I literally just keep saying random lines and then just move on with my day. In order to uncover the island's secret method for preparing its famous plant specimens. During that time, I did everything in my power to get closer to Rosemary, all to no avail. It was not until I accidentally came across a poem in her possession that he awakened from within me. Oh. Here I swim in perfect peace and tranquility. Here I am surrounded by the beautiful, boundless blue of the sky and the sea. Here they fan the sweat from my brow with palm leaves. Their only concern is to dig deeper and deeper for the truth of the secret that makes me wilt like a dying flower. Rosemary had kept it after all this time, a parting gift that he would give to friends after leaving without saying goodbye. I feel like it was gonna be— oh! I got it right. Mutual exploitation? Not at all. You see, I was the one who benefited the most in the end. We have to watch a video? I can't even hear it. Hold on. It took you 50 tries. And then here's me. See what happens when you read? Okay, wait. Let's see if any info is different. I put tuberose, but I didn't record it. I thought sway was the wrong answer. Oh, it is a little different. Gosh, darn it. No! Tuberose gave Datura the music box with a hive in it. The bees are a rare breed from Asia that have toxic properties. Okay, we did read that in the stuff. So if you pick tuberose, you learn about my comment above as well as how Datura let the bee sting sway because she made a deal with tuberose to earn his trust because he wanted to test her resolve to reclaim the island. I wish they didn't hide important info behind those choices. I was gagged at this point. Margaretha Hardy. That's definite reference. I know, that's what I was thinking, like Margaretha, but the last name Hardy or Hari. Because dancers alias Margaretha Zell is the real name of exotic dancers and World War II spy Madame Hari. Oh, interesting. So it's another fake identity. So maybe Croto is Sway. That would be weird though. Like Croto being Sway when she's so focused on wanting to be a star. Unless there is more to her. But we really haven't heard more about Croto. Of course, Tubi escapes Ella. But wait, there's more revelations to come. It's not too challenging. Blah blah blah. That could be a DM. We knew tuberose with Steph working for DM. Wonder where they took Rosemary. I feel like somebody else on the island other than Datura, well, they just, never mind. I'm dumb. They literally said that a lot of the people there were working with DM. So I wouldn't be surprised if Rosemary wasn't working. Yeah, they definitely like took Rosemary. Rosemary was definitely taken. Because they probably want the drugs from her flowers. That's what it is. They want the drugs. I know all the answers, but I think you got this. I passed it first try, just as you said. Ha ha ha. Not the most user-friendly interface, but it looks pretty. I was off tap. What's happening? Datura. I picked Datura as well. Jack is smart. I think it's from the Essence video. I can't read though. Proto was in love with DM if I remember correctly. Maybe your theory was right and that sway might be working for him as well. It could be, but it is also kind of, it's just suspicious as well because I can't see, like, yeah, Croto loves him and stuff, but I don't know, like, we didn't really get that much information on Croto, so I can't really see her as a, like, someone being suspicious. As for Sway, they kept talking about, how, like, well, especially Datura, where she's, like, her face. Like, we can't really see Sway's face. because she does have part of it hidden. So it's like, is she hiding something? Is she put the makeup on, but at least the bee scenes kind of help like change her face a little bit. Bloody Queen has two distinct characters, for example. True, it could be either that, or maybe the next story, Sway might be back, but she'll be like as somebody else. I don't want to wait until next year for the next anniversary story. Give me it now. Give me something else. Bring back Luca just bring them back. I want another story. Well, we'll check it out. We'll just see. Oh shoot, wait!
No flowers last forever. I take pleasure in watching them wither. Calamus, turning hope to despair. Datura, severing love with grasping snare. Rosemary, indulging in past memories. Tuberose, falling off the edge of jeopardy. All of them are now withered. And more gorgeous than ever.
Sorry, I'm watching my own stream, so I'm a little far behind. That was so interesting. He didn't say Sway, he said Calamus. That's a whole different, like, that's not, what? So it's possible Sway, oh, wait. Completely separate. So it's possible Sway, female dancer, might come back, but as a different identity. It's super confusing. The more you say it, the more I don't think Croto and Sway are connected at all. But I think it is possible for Sway to come back as female dancer rather than coordinator. True, true. I mean, if they do it that way, though, then maybe it does clarify that, because of the stories that we heard, or like the birthday letters, where apparently the Margaretha that we see is not actually Margaretha, or was it Martha? No, it was Martha, because she was. No, we don't know. It could have been both. Who knows? It could have been one or the other. The tuberose blooms just as the veil of night descends upon the world. That was so interesting. Yes, yeah. Me and Vlogs, we like talk to each other just by ourselves. We don't do it in like the actual group. Or in my server, we just talk to each other because we're the only ones that we can talk to each other about, because nobody else reads the story. This is very interesting though. During her reign over Bilstein, Rosemary would often use the lighthouse to guide outsiders to and from the island. These outsiders could have been there to follow her orders or to keep her under close observation. As for their exact identities, further investigations is needed. In addition, it is very likely that Rosemary escaped from Bilstein well in advance. Being she was arrested, sent to prison under Officer Jose's jurisdictions. It is unclear whether or not she will ever set eyes on Bilstein, her home, and her lone cell after her birthright ever again. Aside from giving us the cold shoulder, Sway never said goodbye to us in any way. Perhaps it was because she was done being Sway and didn't know how to properly say goodbye to us. Truth saw her as a partner and trusted her wholeheartedly, yet she never found out who this person truly was. I mean, from his last letter, it can be assumed that he escaped to the tropics somewhere with no postmark or return address on the envelope. His whereabouts are anybody's guess. Which is a shame because this was so good, and truth and inference endings always leave us on a cliffhanger. In my head, the villain always escapes and the ally just disappears. Yeah, pretty much. It's so interesting to think about though, because like, so if they bring these guys back, Jack is not going to be Two Bros. I feel like he's going to have a whole ass different outfit. You know, he probably will still have the same hair with the black with the little white mark, but he's gonna have like a whole different outfit, because this outfit, you know, is supposed to be for this story, the whole Bella Stain. He's got the flowers and stuff. Either that or they keep it somewhat similar and they just take the flowers away. Yeah. Well, he's definitely going to be coming back. He escaped. And we know that he works for DM, so he's definitely going to be coming back. But he knows to watch out for us, you know, because he's seen us. DM's seen us as well. And then it makes me think back to Seer, you know, because we're getting his skin white. He apparently has amnesia. And then we know that he has another form called Nor, which is he has the black hair with the white streak in it as well. And so we know that he was working or is related to DM somehow. And then all of a sudden he's with Mr. Inference. Like, I always suspected that. Like, after seeing like the whole videos and stuff with it, I suspected it. What if he's faking the amnesia just to get close to Inference? Yes, I already bought White. Apparently he's not coming until December. You could have pre-ordered him in what is this month? July? I think sometime in May, April and May, you were able to pre-order, and then he went away, and then it's not being delivered until December. As for Nor, there's no information about Nor yet. Oh, bye, Jai. So it's like, are we gonna have another story? Well, I don't know, because I think Time of Reunion, the other Time of Reunion is supposed to come out in December as well. So unless the whole story with White is gonna be the next anniversary. Hey, Blueberry. I think that's what my thing says, was that it was gonna be shipped out in December. Hey, March 5th, that's my stepmom's birthday. Under DM's orders to investigate Rosemary's method for creating plant specimens. I feel like they definitely got Rosemary, and so now Rosemary's just kind of like, I don't know if maybe they're gonna force her to make more of the plant stuff, or if she's gonna be like willingly to help them. Yeah, could be. Yes, I agree. They totally should. I mean, they're like little videos, the small videos that they have. I mean, the one that we just watched, like, those are so good. March 5th, last March, the year when the Tura incident happened, Two Rose realized he was not as trusted by Rosemary as he once thought. That day, he discovered Sway's footprints in the snow by pure coincidence and decided to use his knowledge to sow discord and earn Rosemary's full confidence. Last June, the year when the Torres incident happened, at the Torres' request, Two Rose gave her some bees of a special breed, as well as a handful of serum-laced flower petals. In exchange, the Torah promised to give Two Rose the diary once their plan succeeded. July 24th, the year when the Datura incident happened, the court proceedings turned out to be part of Two Rose contingency plan, since he was unable to confirm that Sway had fully mastered and recorded Rosemary's secret method for preparing plant specimens. He fell back on his original plan to earn the Oracle of Rosemary's complete trust. I feel like Sway does know, and so she wrote it like in code, and that's why they couldn't figure out the formula. But as long as she reads it, which is why she really wanted her diary back, so that she had that information. Maybe she's just working by herself. Who knows? It's like either she's working with DM, but then it's like if that's the case and she has her diary and if she does have like the formula in there and it's only to like her knowledge, why would they need Rosemary? When they could, unless they need Rosemary because she can get the flowers. That could be a thing too. So then is Rosemary innocent and she literally was just kind of kidnapped and taken hostage? It's a lot of stuff to think about. There's so much, and it just sucks that we have to wait so long for like the next story. With Lockhart, we know she cared for the Crystal Palace because her dad built it. Yeah. And freaking Nightmare, Duke White Raven was not taking care of it because he just wanted money. That's all he wanted. So her motivations are unclear. But with Sway, she doesn't seem to be too connected to the island, so her motivations are unclear. It's definitely weird. Well, because she wanted to help Datura. Datura didn't want her help, but played it off and then tried to get rid of her. And if she is working with DM, it's kind of like, then why would Sway help Datura try to be the successor of the island again? Because DM just wants Rosemary's flowers from the sounds of it. If that's what we can guess. So then it's like, so that kind of makes me think that Sway is not working with DM, and maybe she's working with somebody else, and so she actually is allies with Inference and Truth. So maybe there's like this whole secret. What if Amethyst hired Sway? That would be interesting. I doubt that's the thing, but that would be so interesting. It's just Amethyst just has her own little, like, she's actually like a boss. As a double positive? Could be. Right? That's why too, like, they're both purple. Amethyst and Sway, they're both purple. And maybe if that's the case, what if Sway was there to figure out the whole thing about, like, belladonnas? You know, I mean, you would go to a place that's all about flowers to learn about a flower that can kill you from overdosing on. Who's Amethyst? Amethyst is Mary from the Crystal Palace. Dude, B-Vlogs, we gotta talk tomorrow. This is gonna be so exciting. We have to, like, think all this stuff out and just, we're gonna have so much fun with it. Same. I kind of hope she's like Luca. Are you not in the guild? I can invite you. Maybe she was sent there to study the source of belladonna. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, what if she's there to like find the source of belladonna? Because what if belladonna is a mixture of those 3 flowers that we saw? Or maybe 2 of the flowers at least. Yes, I knew this would work. Two Rose gave me the music box on June 25th. The ship was set to leave Belostane a few days later to pick up this year's guests from the mainland. Ha 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 ha. I understand Lady Datura, after all, who on this island would not wish to have it for themselves. This isn't something just anyone could hope to obtain, Two Rose. I can help you. My apologies, but you will need to provide me with a reason to trust you. Afterward, I gave Two Rose a look at what he most desired. Then it definitely has something to do with Rosemary's plant specimen research. What if I pick something else? Dude, you could have picked any of those and it would have been fine. Was created by Sway, and it was exactly like the ones that Rosemary gave to the island's visitors every year. It was proof enough to show that Sway had acquired Rosemary's secret formula for creating plant specimens. Okay. We're of the same thinking, aren't we? We cannot allow him to leave the island, yes. I have other methods at my disposal, as well as Rosemary's trust. You, on the other hand, would be left with nothing if he was permitted to leave and return with the authorities. No, I will require something more substantial. Come, show me just how far you are willing to fall in order to reclaim your precious island. It's easy. When you're into stories like this, you can sit through it and read. How you're willing to fall in order to reclaim your precious island. And you agree just like that? He is as the demon Manmon standing before pandemonium. The word of Avavricia etched upon his forehead. It appears greed is just in our nature as humans. Who among us could ever harbor truly noble intentions? But I disagree. Humans are the master of their own destinies. If they succumb to the control of others, the blame lies with them and not fate. Raise your eyes and see the truth which lies in this dark and forgotten corner of the world. Are you truly content with this eternal disgrace? Two Rose's words took on an almost melodic tone, repeating themselves endlessly in her ears as she fell victim to their influence. That was the day that Two Rose gave me the music box and told me that it contained bees from a distant land in Asia. That evening, just as I was pouring Sway a bowl of fresh fish stew, Unbelievable, Miss Sway was honestly trying to help you all along. How could you? I do too. Lady Datura turns her gaze towards the painting on the wall, her sigh fading quickly in the air between us. In the heart... Where's my thing? There it is. In the face of hard established facts, her fleeting guilt is trivial in comparison. The reason she stayed behind was it truly to help me. So by this time, Two Rose was already aware of Sway's presence, yes? It makes you think though, because it's like... Well, I don't know. What if Sway really did want to help Datura? Datura just has trust issues. And see, I sometimes can't with the Genshin storyline because they talk too slow. And I feel like it takes... I feel like that is really long as well. Especially when Paimon talks. I can't with Paimon's voice. I'm sorry. Indeed, it was in March of this year two Rose found a pair of footprints leading from Rosemary's residence all the way to my own. Yeah, I think her real reason, I mean, if she was hired by Amethyst to check on the Belladonnas, she's probably just like one of those, like, she really wants to help people. I mean, she's cute, but like, I just can't sometimes. Have you seen Miss Wade since the day of the trial? Yes, she came to visit once. I come to say goodbye to Tura. I hope that someday you'd find a way to obtain that which you so desperately seek. Hey, don't you think the reason for all of this confusion lies with your deceit? After all, you must have had a reason for approaching me in the first place. Have you come to mock the loser now that everything is said and done? It doesn't matter. In the end, we're all losers, aren't we? Rosemary, Two Rose, and myself. Though compared to them, I suppose my loss is not nearly as devastating. Be that as it may, I only pray that you will somehow find the strength and grace to live out the rest of your days in happiness here in your beautiful home. Oh, shit. Look at those quotation marks and beautiful. In my mind, the last image of Lady Datura reminds me of a dying bouquet of flowers, forever preserved in a coffin made of pure crystal. Aesop, who? As we hurry back to the harbor, we find the last remaining visitors standing in a queue waiting to board the ship. Truth looks all around her, searching for Sway. May she had already boarded the ship. Shall we notify Jose about Lady Datura's crime? Leave Lady Datura to rot in that godforsaken place for... Oh, so there is two different ones. So if you do Sway, then they take Lady Datura. But if you do Two Bros, I guess you guys just leave her be. Hello, Cypher Bay. For all I care, I'm sure Miss Wade would want that as well. A prison cell isn't the only place where a person can atone for their crimes. For her to spend the rest of her days on Bellastain to see her heart's desire every day and never be able to attain it, that's the worst punishment she could receive. A purgatory on earth can be a crueler fate than hell itself. Okay. We can skip all that. Yeah. Okay. We don't... Wait! No! Was that different? Okay, no. Okay, that was the same. Whew! I don't want to do this again. Why must you make me do this? Let's turn it. No, I'm not gonna play later. I have to get up early for work. So I'm just doing the story and that's it. Okay, so this is... Oh, okay. Now we can do Rosemary. So let's see if this is different. After thanking her for coming to visit me in my cell, she was gracious enough to share the secret behind her plant specimens with me. Little did she know I was smiling and laughing at her from behind my mask the entire time. That's right, every person who could have helped her from outside the island had long since been replaced by DM subordinates. Oh, jeez. And I'm assuming this is the same video that we just saw. Yes, it is. Okay. Well, damn! Why you be like that? Leave Rosemary alone! Following the trial, Datura returned to her small abandoned home. As far as the residents of Bellastain were concerned, the one successor to the island had never even existed. Datura was resigned to spending the rest of her days looking out at the flower-covered island, the walls of her home separating her from the world like a coffin. It is said that a sprite resides within each and every black datura flower, one that will help you realize your dreams in exchange for the blood coursing through your veins. Uranus and progenitor of the Titans was defeated to cast into the Aegean Sea. The water erupted in a white foam that clung to the surrounding cliffs. From this foam, the rosemary plant was born. As such, is also known as the dew of the ocean. Oh, see, that totally fits. See, now that we know that, this skin just fits her even more, because look at that, it does fit her. The water erupted in a white dress that clung to the surrounding cliffs. From this foam, the rosemary plant was born. As such, it is also known as the dew of the ocean. There's two. That's the one we just read. Okay, that's wait, are they different? Yeah, no, they're the same. Okay. According to Pliny, it is particularly exquisite aroma that can attract people from even the greatest distance away. Native to a faraway land, its scent may remind you of joyous childhood memories, but should you choose to overindulge in it. Interesting. So Tubi was the mastermind behind the events. He was using rosemary to get the plant formula, used Swade to get close to rosemary, and used Datura to motivate rosemary off the island. Pretty much. Oh, I didn't know that. That's so cool. Wait, hold on. Uranus, Greek mythology? That's wrong. Uranus is the Roman name. Oranos is the Greek spelling. Interesting. So they